Hello, it is Sunday, fun day, June 25th, 2023. Steve Sipress here in a gorgeous, beautiful, spectacular pool day here and a way too hot and way too sunny Sunday afternoon. I think the high was nearly 110 today here in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area. So several dips in the pool were in order. But first, I happened to flip through the channels early this morning and I caught what ended up being a marathon of the show Bar Rescue. I don't remember what channel it was on, but of course, I've heard of the show over the years, and I love these shows on TV where they have business consultants. Of course, that's what I do. I've helped thousands of businesses turn around and experience tremendous success and overcome their frustrations and figure out what they're doing wrong and help them. And that's exactly what this show is all about. I'd never seen this Bar Rescue, even though Jon Taffer was born in the same town that I grew up in about 10 years before my family moved there. So I knew we had a lot in common. And besides our profession of turning around business owners, he focuses on the bar and restaurant industry. And I've helped business owners in over 165 different industries at last count. And that was years ago. So I'm sure it's over 200 by now. But man, one thing it seems all business consultants have in common is the incredible lack of respect from the clients at the beginning of an engagement. And I did look it up. I mean, these shows, I watched, I don't know, 6 or 8 of them in a row. So now I have the whole formula down. I have a lot of his catchphrases down. He's going to do this, then this, then this, then this, then this, on and on. So the shows, I guess I'll search or I'll find some or I'll watch them once in a while, but they're all relatively the same. But I did look up the show and the success rate and how many of the bars that he rescued, because short term he turns them all around, of course. They go from near bankruptcy and collapse and disarray and completely a mess to successful. But then long term, many of them fail and of course, it's almost always, if not always, because they revert back to, well, it's almost always, I'll say. I read a couple where, a roof collapsed on their place. Another one had some issue and lost their liquor license with the board of whatever. But most of the time, it's because they just push back and they're too proud to take the advice. And most commonly, and I see it all the time, they love the name of their business. They just love their name. They think, oh, I've built a brand and I love my name. And Jon Taffer's almost always going to come in and change the name of the business to something better. And then I saw a whoppingly high percentage of these business owners who, once he left, very quickly, they just changed it back. So you see all the customary interviews of these shows, the off-camera interviews of these shows where they're like, oh man, it was so great. He says, oh, I love the new name. I love the new theme. I love the new menu. I love all the systems he put in place. And then they like, oh, update 2 months later. They changed the name back, changed the menu back, changed everything, put back all the disarray they had, although they don't call it disarray, but then, and then they were out of business a year later, or they sold it a couple of months later, or they would have, and now they're working, I don't know what, this author of one blog I was reading is like, so I don't know if they have an ownership interest in the new bar, but they're working for the new bar owner. So yeah, they sold it and they're working for the new bar owner. I hate to laugh because I love small business owners, but man, I just felt so much in common when he comes into a disastrous place. And that's more, I don't take on, at this point in my career, I don't need the drama. I'm not on TV. I don't take on that much of a disastrous business right now as a client. I like to have the low-hanging fruit, the quick, big, easy wins. Easy for me. I have fresh eyes and expert eyes to see from the outside what's going on, plus tons of experience. A lot of these business owners, it's their first business they've owned, or, in this case, on this show, it was like bartender after years said, finally, I'm going to get my own bar, but he didn't know anything about running a business, or, they inherited money and bought a bar, because it's fun, I can be fun. It's a business, dude. But I was shaking my head. He's giving such fantastic advice. It seems to me nobody knows the bar and restaurant business better than this Jon Taffer guy. Some people might know it as well, but this guy is such a numbers guy. He knows all the facts, figures, numbers. He lives and breathes every ratio and percentage and whatever. These business owners, for the most part, are probably like 98 or 99% of business owners, small businesses, they're pretty much flying by the seat of their pants. That's what I did in my first few businesses, and I screwed them up. And so now I love small business owners. I've made a career and a living and a life out of helping small business owners out of that. But just like Jon Taffer says on the TV show, he can't do it alone. He can't do it without them. He needs them to fight for their business, to have an open mind, to go along with his suggestions. But then, like I said, unfortunately, a lot of them just revert back to the brokenness of the business. And unfortunately, I've had those experiences happen as well with clients where I've helped them. They made monumental changes and improvements, and things are humming along, and then they decide they don't need me anymore, and they go back to whatever they were doing. And then I contact them or find out, like, oh no, that's out of business, that business failed. Like, it never has. No business has to fail. Very few. Maybe some acts of God. You get run over by a tornado or something, but very few businesses have to fail, and the majority do. And you watch it happen on these consultant TV shows. So that was my early morning here on Sunday Funday, watching another consultant get disrespected, and welcome to our world. But we still keep doing it. He keeps doing it. I'll keep doing it. Somebody asked me recently, you're planning to retire? I'm like, when? Why? What would I do if I retired? Help small business owners. I mean, I'm not, up on a roof. I'm not paving highways. I'm not working with my hands. Like, I'm on the phone at the computer, and I'm helping business owners and their families revolutionize their life, save their businesses and all their employees and their clients and customers and patients, members, their community. I mean, that's what I would do when I retire. Like, what are you talking about? So, just love to see it and feel what he's going through, and so familiar. The results are familiar, but so is the pushback. Anyway, that's it for Sunday Funday. I wonder if you work as a consultant, you have clients, very likely you experience the same thing. Don't think it's going to change. That's human nature. There's a big reason we become business owners. We want to do things our way. We want to be independent. We want to be our own boss, right? So no matter even how bad it gets and how much of an expert comes in to help, so many business owners just can't get out of their own way and can't help themselves, and they push back on the expert advice, unfortunately, often to their detriment. Anyway, here's hoping that ratio of success goes up and the ratio of non-compliance from the clients goes way down. I don't see it happening, but I hope it will. Anyway, thanks for being here today, and I'll catch you tomorrow on Direct Mail Monday. Over and out. Bye-bye.